almost blue velvet, more technical. Alright, so analyzing the fight. It's amazing. Kitty, calm down. It's amazing. It was an amazing round. So Tyson went for the knockout in the first round for sure. TKOs, I gotta find out what went on with this fight, so I'm still studying it. But Tyson went for the knockout. Tyson looked really good in the first round. Now, I was making a comment earlier in the little monologue. I was talking about the later rounds. But another thing about Tyson, too, whenever they were introducing him, it looked like he was struggling a little bit in the corner. Usually Tyson was kind of cocky, bullheaded. No, that wasn't the Tyson. This is a different Tyson. It looked like he was struggling a little bit in his corner. Now, Jake Paul, of course, was the opposite. He looked like he was on top of the world. This fight was about Jake Paul. But he did not struggle in that first round. He was in shape that first round. Now, what did Jake Paul do to survive not getting knocked out? Two things, okay? That's what Jake Paul did. First thing he did was when Tyson went in for a combo, Jake Paul clinched. And they don't like that. They don't like that in boxing. But you can do it, but I don't understand it. But what they do is they clinch onto him for rest or to get re-aimed or whatever it is that they're doing. Tyson would break free and go back into a combo. What Tyson used to do was in that first round, he would get him into a combo, a couple of body punches, maybe a hook, and then I think he had a famous uppercut, which people haven't talked about a whole lot. He knocked a lot of them out with an uppercut within, 30 seconds, sometimes a minute. It never went on for more than a minute. He didn't do that with Paul. Jake Paul kept his distance and used a long-reaching jab. So it was a lot of jabs with Jake Paul, and one of them landed on Tyson and got him pretty good. They're about to address that. It was a good first round for Tyson. But he did not pull off any of his combos with Jake Paul at first. When Jake Paul moved around a lot, did some backstepping, and it was a tight first round. And it showed Tyson's agility. We'll keep watching. This is why they call him the Haymaker Master, Jake Paul. Look where his head is. It's a dangerous area for a boxer right there. Tyson could have knocked him out hardcore right there. See that? This lands on Tyson. Hits him about right here. It hits him pretty hard. Tyson did a similar move on him just a moment. This is first round only right here. This one lands. Turn the speaker off on it before I go forward. Watch this. Boom. Right there. That's knocking Tyson out. That changed the entire fight right there. That move or that punch, that jab, it changed the whole fight. Now, I'm going to show the force of this. If you look at the body, look at his head. His shoulders are inclined like this, and his head is way over here. That's a tough punch, and that's pushing him all the way back. If he would have missed that, and Tyson would have stepped over and went an uppercut right here, which Tyson used to do that kind of stuff whenever he was younger, that'd be the end of it. But it didn't work out that way. Now, Tyson did land a punch earlier in it, but that was a good punch. It didn't knock him out, I'll tell you why. One reason, it was up higher here. If it was around here, where the chin is, it could have been a knockout immediately. And those are the things that Tyson used to do. This guy's trained this guy. You can tell in this fight. He trained this guy. That's Tyson. Basically, he had trained Jake Paul. This is a teacher and student fight for sure. Look at this photographer right there. That's a good photographer right there under that Experian. Snuck right around that corner. It's going to come off as a good shot. All right. This is one of the reasons I think the fight was maybe just between two friends. I'm going to show you right here. In actuality, this could have been a knockout on Tyson's end. Calm down, kitty. Calm down. Now, there's some moving here, some jabbing. He's moving side to side. I'm going to show when Jake Paul comes in here. Boom. Now, Tyson will come in with a combo right here. Watch this. Boom. There's a body blow. There was a knockout. See how he held back right there? He did not knock him out because he's his friend. I'm 100% sure. This was supposed to be, this was maybe, I don't know if it was staged. My cat's flipping out, sorry. There's the body blow. And look, he's preparing to knock him out right here. Okay. This was the second round. This would have happened probably in the first round. His left hand, which I think Tyson would use for knockouts, will be ceased, meaning he will cease to throw the punch. Whatever reason, I don't know, but I'm thinking he chose not to knock him out. But watch this. See? Look where it goes on the side of his head. He's right here. That was a knockout right there. Cats. I don't know what my cat's doing. I'm sorry. But that was a knockout right there by Tyson. And he's almost got his head wrapped. I mean, he almost has his hand, Tyson's boxing glove, wrapped around. Kitty, you're ruining everything, cat. I used to read this book when I was younger called That Darn Cat. But that right there was a knockout. And it didn't go through. Watch the play. See? He didn't knock him out. He almost hugged him right there. See? He was saying, not gonna knock you out, bro. Gonna give you a shot. That was a knockout. I'm pretty sure. Now it could have been that. It could have been this. You could argue that Tyson was a little older and didn't have the speed to knock him. And went in right to a clinch and he stopped. It could have been that he was too old. But I think in actuality that was a friendly thing. Brought to you by Popeyes. One thing about the announcer in the second round is he does talk about Tyson's legs. Tyson is wearing a knee brace. Didn't move around nearly as much, but Tyson was a pretty stable fighter, meaning he was pretty always centered, from what I remember. One thing that they're going to talk about in this particular fight is how Tyson kept adjusting his mouthpiece. He has basically like a mouth guard that it looked like he was biting the end of his glove. And this was probably because maybe he was a little too relaxed. I don't know. But he did that throughout the whole fight, and that showed a little sign of weakness. So every single movement they make reveals strength or weakness. But he stayed pretty centered. He's always a center fighter. But he would come in, body below, hitting in the body, then with a hook, and then with an uppercut, and a lot of times with a hook. And those combos were rarely used. There was a lot of jabbing in this fight. This is second out of 8 rounds, which I'll probably continue more a little bit later. You got to breathe and relax. They think this is true, but I think right here in Tyson's head, at this point, now whether he could have knocked him out in the first round, I think right here he's thinking, how am I going to get through this? He looks very beaten up right here. Took a lot of jabs from Jake Paul in this third round. And he's telling him the entire time, you got to breathe and relax. At this point, I think the fight was over. Look at this chick right here. Just like looking over there going, man, this is going to be tough. She's not even looking in that direction. She's looking over there. It was like, no more. And his leg strength, he's already got this. He's not beating up too much. You can see a little bit of bruising. But at this point right here, this was the big turnaround. I'm still watching it. This is the third round. All right, total punches. This is Paul versus Tyson, 4th round. These rounds, this is at minute 33. Most of them are about minute 52, starting backwards. meaning they would start at 152, barely even 2 minutes. This is an expedition fight, wasn't a real fight. But Paul landed 28 jabs, mostly jabs. Tyson got a good 12. And any of those could have knocked him out, maybe. He threw 98, almost 100 jabs within the 4th round. Tyson only threw 55. He's a strategic fighter. This is an old guy. He's nearly 60, you know? I mean, some of these dudes, you know, they can't even do this stuff at 58. It's an amazing fight. This is still an amazing fight. This will still make history. This will still be studied in the boxing history. But that's a lot. He's a jabber, but look how open he is right here. You know, he'll stand back and he knows when to bring. He's very bad about not bringing his hands up. Tyson, the real fighters, they'll always stand about like that. This guy was trained as a real fighter. So this, not good. But they can get in there really quick, you know, and plus it's a matter of respect. This is a very unique fighter. Paul is Jake Paul. He dances around a whole lot. You know, I don't know. It's like a machine, natural-born fighter, killer, against this dancing boxer. Both good, though. And he can jab. This guy can jab from he's got a reach of 76. And he's 6'1". This guy's 5'10". That's a good fight. So his trainer right here tells Tyson he only has a few more minutes. He's going into the 8th round. He did pretty good in the 7th round. I was a little wrong. I have to go back and rewatch this fight. It's a good fight. TKO. This one says TKO Paul. So I thought it was a split. Someone at 7-Eleven told me it was a split. Paul's the dancer in this one. Tyson's standard monster trying to use a combo. Get him, just couldn't be quick enough on it. These will be the final minutes. He tells him, you got to be more aggressive. Tyson, I've never seen in my entire view, you know, my life as a viewer watching Tyson, I've never seen him be this benign. I've never seen him be this laid back, you know, as in not that aggressive. He usually gets mad in a fight and he takes him out. This one, he was even kill. And, you know, that's probably why he's going to probably be more like a teacher or something. But he's telling him the entire time, you got to be more aggressive. Now, this the previous round, this is going in the 8th, the 7th round, Paul even got in trouble for doing measuring. That's where he's measuring the distance. And Muhammad Ali used to do that. But he got in trouble for that. He was just too tired, you know? You get too old. But this one probably I would have given it to Paul. But we're going to go to the next round, and I gotta get ready to go.